Good morning, student. Assalamualaikum. So, in today's lesson, we are going to continue our biology class to a new chapter, which is infectious disease. In this video, you will learn the definition of disease and the difference between infectious one and non-infectious disease, and also some facts of infectious disease and what are worldwide important of infectious disease. Okay. Now, do you know what is disease? Right, whenever you feel ill or you feel something's wrong happening in your body or mind, you may be suffering from a disease. So the disease is basically an illness or disorder of the body or mind that leads to poor health. Each disease is associated with a set of signs and symptoms. So whenever you feel sick, like cold or maybe flu or fever, you must be suffering from one disease. And here you can see one extremely tiny organism that causing one of the biggest ongoing worldwide disease, which is here is a coronavirus or SARS-CoV-2 virus. And now this virus, this very tiny virus causing COVID-19 pandemic. Why COVID-19 is a disease, or even WHO declared it as a pandemic? Okay, you are gonna watch a short video. Here it is.
In December 2019, China notified the World Health Organization of several cases of human respiratory illness, a disease later named COVID-19. The virus causing this disease is known as severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. The disease spreads through small droplets that are expelled from the nose or mouth when a person with COVID-19 coughs or exhales. Therefore, standing close to someone who is infected can put you at risk. These droplets can land on your hand and be transmitted through something as simple as a handshake, if afterwards you touch your eyes, nose, or mouth, the so-called T-zone. The virus is known to survive on different types of surfaces, so touching these contaminated surfaces and then touching your T-zone brings a high risk of infection. What we know so far: the coronavirus is spherical in shape, and its genetic material is encapsulated by different types of proteins. Some of the key structural ones are spike S protein, the most prominent feature of coronaviruses from where they get their name, then M, or membrane protein, and the so-called envelope protein.
Alright, so it's very clear why COVID-19 is called as a disease, because this COVID-19 makes people ill. And as you know, that the causative organism of this disease infect the human respiratory system and then causing a disorder in the human body. And then why COVID-19 is called or declared as pandemic, you will find it in a later slide. Okay, the disease is commonly divided into two, whether it is infectious and non-infectious disease. And the main difference between these two is that the cause of the disease itself. If it is an organism or pathogens, it's likely infectious disease. And this type of disease is very contagious. They are passed from infected organism to uninfected one. Meanwhile, if the cause is not an organism and it's classified into non-infectious disease, it can be a degenerative disease like lung cancer, or inherited or genetic disease like sickle cell anemia, or deficiency disease like lack of vitamin, for example, and a mental disease like depression and schizophrenia. Okay, and here are some facts about infectious disease. Some infectious disease can only spread from one person to another by direct contact. So the way it contagious can be direct or indirect contact. Only direct contact, only spread by direct contact if the pathogen causing this organism cannot survive outside the human body or cannot survive outside the organism. For example, like influenza, so it's more likely human to human contact. Meanwhile, for indirect contact can be like COVID-19, as you have seen in the video that SARS-CoV-2 virus can survive in stuff around us for some time. And so if someone touch, for example, the handle of the door or the table or another that where is the virus is present there, so the person touching some such stuff can be also infected by the virus. Okay, and there is one interesting fact of infectious disease. The person who is physically healthy, they don't have a symptom, don't have a sign, they can spread the disease to another one, and they are called as carriers. Or in Indonesia, in COVID-19 situation, the government called them as OTG, orang tanpa gejala. So they bring the pathogen or the organism causing the disease, but probably because they are immune, they are not sick. Okay, and the third one, the way the pathogen pass from one host to another one is called transmission. And host, in this case, must be a living organism, that usually animals or human. And the way to break the transmission cycle is that removing the condition that favor the spread of pathogens. For example, the transmission of COVID-19 highly likely happens if one person meet with another. So there must be limitation or restriction to meet in a huge number of people. So here we are. You learn from home and I also work at home. So that's the way we break the transmission cycle of COVID-19. And besides controlling the condition that can spread the pathogens, major control for infectious disease is that vaccination. And this way is to make us immune, so the pathogen do not live and reproduce within the human body. Okay, now talking about worldwide importance of infectious disease, in this chapter we are going to learn 5 infectious disease which has been present in the world for a long time, that are cholera, tuberculosis or TBC, measles, HIV or AIDS, and malaria. And here there are 3 terms of worldwide infectious disease that commonly used, and it's differentiated based on the coverage of the disease, how it spread within the population in the world. The first one is endemic, and it is the disease that are always present in population. For example, in Indonesia, in tropical region of Indonesia, malaria usually happens during the rainy season. And it always happens, so it's called an endemic disease. And the second one is epidemic, which is infect a large number of people within specific community, population, or region. For example, like dengue fever also in Indonesia. And the last one is pandemic. It's spreading over multiple countries or even continent. So this is the reason why COVID-19 is declared as a pandemic by WHO, because it spread to more than 200 countries in the world until now. Okay, I think this is the lesson for today, and I'm going to give you instruction for the next class. Thank you. Okay, Miss will explain how we will learn this chapter, the infectious disease. Miss will speak in bahasa, so hopefully the message will be clearly delivered. Okay, in the first day, hari Kamis, besok, setiap dari kalian akan diassign untuk mempelajari dan menguasai satu macam infectious disease dari 5 ini. Kolera, malaria, measles, HIV, and tuberculosis, salah satunya. Lalu dengan apa? Dengan reading task. Jadi setiap dari kalian akan membaca, source-nya bisa textbook yang utama ya, yang wajib dibaca. Ataupun kalau kalian misal merasa masih kurang textbook, you can find it in internet, whatever ya. Kemudian lalu apa saja yang harus dibaca? Ada 5 poin penting: patogen, causative organism dari disease-nya, transmission, bagaimana penyebarannya, simptomnya, gejalanya, treatmentnya, penyembuhannya, lalu prevention and control. Di buku itu ada biological, social, and economical factors untuk kontrol the infectious disease. Jadi kalian harus membaca itu juga. Lalu, what is the output of your reading task? Setiap dari kalian juga prepare PPT or Jamboard 1-2 slide tentang informasi disease yang kalian baca. Lalu in the second day, which will gonna be Tuesday, next Tuesday, kalian akan di-assign ke breakout Zoom, tentu live teaching, yang terdiri dari 5-6 orang. Dan setiap dari kalian akan exchange informasi tentang disease yang telah kalian pelajari. Jadi setiap orang akan dikasih waktu untuk presentasi 5 menit ke temannya dengan menggunakan PPT atau Jamboard yang udah dibuat. Lalu the total discussion will be about 25 minutes. Okay, and after exchange the information, each of you will do a mission. Apa misinya? Nanti Miss kasih tahu ya. Oke, nah ini list nama orang-orang yang Miss assign untuk master setiap disease. Master of Cholera, Master berarti Ayah, Swida, Najila akan mempelajari penyakit kolera dengan reading task ini, kemudian mempelajari 5 hal ini dan mempersiapkan PPT tentang kolera. Oke, begitu juga dengan measles, malaria, HIV and AIDS, and tuberculosis. Oke, later on kalian akan di hari kedua akan dimasukkan ke sharing group. Sharing groupnya tentu ada 3. Jadi Wida yang tadi menguasai kolera akan bertukar informasi dengan Shiva yang measles, kemudian Ilham yang malaria, dan lain sebagainya. Kalian exchange information dengan presentasi PPT yang telah kalian buat masing-masing. Okay? I think that's clear enough for you. If you have any question, don't hesitate to contact me or contact me via WhatsApp. Alright, thank you so much.